Hey everyone, and welcome to another throwback video. This is the third one in the series now. At the minute we're doing them every single week. Probably continue like that until we get some more content uploaded on the channel. It's another old one. I've started off right back from the start of the channel. So far we did our very first video upload. We did the Clear Sky speedruns that we used to do. And today's my very first build video. I've watched this back with Stacy today, and she was on her phone within about 5 minutes. It is so bad. It's cringy. I just thought it'd be good to share. I was actually thinking as part of this throwback series that the first build video would be a good idea. After kind of watching this today, I was kind of like, really? Was it this bad? They've got much better. They really have got much better. I remember last year saying I wasn't enjoying build videos anymore, and we had to switch it up a bit, and I did. But even those ones I weren't enjoying doing anymore were better than this. It's 20 minutes of me babbling about a Nomad build. It was a great build, by the way. But if I was to do this build video again, oh my god, it would be cut in half or more. There'd be gameplay. There'd be plenty. But this is what the throwback series is about. You know, it's about going back, seeing where we started on the channel, all the cringy moments, and you are commenting things that you want to see in this series, and I am seeing them. I just want to keep it right back at the beginning for now. As this more GCROCK channel grows and we get over 1,000 subs and we start coming through the years and into the Division 2, we've got some great ideas on these throwbacks, we really have. But we don't want to rush through them because we want this to be a long series. I'm going to stop yabbing now, because I'm yabbing a lot in this video, in this build video. So if you do enjoy the series, please do hit like and share to support this video. Subscribe to more GCROCK if you haven't already. We're aiming for 1,000 subs and are so close to that. And yeah, watch this. Let me know in the comments what you think of this build video, because it truly is terrible. However, the build's fantastic. Did you run the Nomad build in the Division 1? Let me know how you did yours. Comment down below. Let me know. I'm going to let you watch this now. Enjoy it until the next one. Peace.
Hi guys, so this is the first build video that I'm putting on my channel. I've been requested to do build videos from friends and subscribers for a while now, and I thought today's the day. Let's do it, let's get it done. The first build I'm going to be doing is the Nomad Classified build. I want to try and make my build videos my own. I'm going to be covering all the gear sets, all the classified sets, and probably more, like high-end or whatnot, exotic builds. You can't really make a build video your own in the way that it's a build video. There's not much you can do apart from show off your build. But what I have done is, well, what I've done in this is it is fully optimized. So I'll only put up fully optimized builds. So that might mean it takes a while for me to get them up, but you will see them fully optimized. And I'm going to try my best. I can't guarantee it in the future, but it is in this video. I'm not going to show you a piece and say I've got this on it, but I'd rather have this on it. I'll try not to do that. So, any build I show you, I hope in the future as well, it's going to be perfect to how I like it. I'm not going to want to change anything on it. That doesn't extend to weapon mods so much because, weapon mods are weapon mods. I just look for the key talents on them, whatnot. But we're just going to get straight into the build really now. So Nomad Classified, let's go through it. So what the Nomad Classified does, I'm sure you are aware, once you've got 2 pieces, it gives you 15% health on kill, which is brilliant. So when you get a kill, you're going to get 15% health back. The 3 set bonus is Nomad's Resolve, which grants a constant small amount of healing, allowing the user to regenerate all segments of health bar during combat. So when you're out of combat, you're going to constantly be healing, which is great. Set bonus 4 is Path for the Nomad. So when you receive that fatal damage, you're instead healed to full health. Can occur once every 4 minutes. So when that's active and you lose all your health's back to full. Brilliant, it's like an extra life. The 5th piece, so the 5th piece bonus is extra health on kill, another 10% on top of that 15% earlier, which gives you 25% health on kill. And you also get improved Nomad's Resolve. So this increases the amount of healing from Nomad's Resolve. Nomad's Resolve will now overheal. So when you're out of combat, you don't only get your health back, but it's also going to fill up your overheal, which is a fantastic talent. It is really good. And yeah, you'll see, if you're not used this build yet, you'll see how good that talent is. You always start in a fight, if you want to, on your terms, in full overheal. And then the 6th piece bonus, which is even better than the 5th piece, you get a 50% chance to have no cooldown for Path of the Nomad. So once your Path of the Nomad props, you can't use it for 4 minutes. It's a 4-minute cooldown on it. Well, this gives it a 50% chance to instantly come back. And on top of that, when you do use your Nomad Life, you'll take 60% less damage for 10 seconds after it's used. So, after Path of the Nomad is triggered. That, I can't tell you how good that is. So you're in the middle of battle with somebody and your Nomad Life goes. It doesn't prop, so it goes red and you know you're about a Nomad Life. For 10 seconds, you're taking 60% less damage. That is more than enough time to alter your game plan, get out the way, get somewhere safe, run away, whatever. That it's a fantastic talent. Again, this build is so overpowered, as people are saying. It really is, because of the 5th and 6th bonuses you get there for the 5th and 6th pieces. Yeah, so that's what the build does, and that is why it's so good. You've probably heard loads of people say it's overpowered, it's broken the game and all that. It hasn't broken the game. It is overpowered though, but just like the Predator's overpowered, just like the Striker's overpowered, and just like the Sentry and Defense are overpowered in PvE, I think all the Classifieds are overpowered in their own way, and I think that's how they are meant to be. What these builds do, especially the Nomad, it allows other players to come into the game and enjoy it more. So like, I heard so many players not enjoying the Dark Zone. Well, these players now do enjoy the Dark Zone a bit more. They're able to hold their own with this build. People do complain about it, and they will do forever, saying the game's broken, but I actually quite like where it's at, and I'm even having a lot more fun in the Dark Zone fighting more people, because it's not as dead as it used to be anymore. There's actually people in the Dark Zone, which is brilliant. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. But let's just get into the build then. So we've discussed what the build does. I've had this rolled many different ways. I've gone more electronics, I've gone more firearms, I've gone more stamina. I've altered it to find the perfect way that I want it to my playstyle, and this is it. I've got firearms at 7,864, that gives me the 411,000 firepower. My stamina at 5,353 with 502,000 toughness. And my electronics I don't touch, with the skill power, which I don't touch, 2,961 electronics, 88,000 skill power. Yeah, I'm never going to change this unless they nerf it or change the game in any way. This build's staying like this. I use it a lot, and I have a lot of fun with it, especially in Last Stand. Last Stand, this build, and that's the thing about Last Stand, if you have it like I've got it with the talents I've got it, nothing deactivates. As you know, of Last Stand, it normalizes your stats on your classified pieces, so everything drops. Well, nothing drops enough to turn anything off, so all my talents and my guns are always active, which is important, and I really do have a lot of fun in Last Stand with it as well. It's the Dark Zone, even in PvE too. So let's get into my guns. I'll go through me weapons first, and as my primary weapon I have the House, secondary weapon I have the lightweight M4. If you don't have a House, because I know a lot of people are finding it hard to get at the minute, a Navy MP5 will be just, well, no, won't be just as good, but it's good. A Navy MP5 is very good. And if you can use the same talents on it. So on my House, I run it with Deadly and Responsive. My play style is to get up close and personal. So Responsive, give me that extra 10% when closer than 10 meters is perfect for me. And Deadly, which I think you should have on every SMG because of the critical hit damage that's already on it, I have 23% critical hit chance. Well, Deadly is increasing my critical hit damage by 15%. So I think all SMGs do have the critical hit chance, so that's a must on any SMG, really, in my opinion. Base damage is at 22.6k, and then obviously the House talent card counters on. So one half of the magazine does 20% increased damage. The half which deals increased damage flips every 15 seconds or when the magazine is empty. So that's my House. The weapon mods I have on it, I have an extended magazine which has critical hit damage and chance. I have a Pro Red Dot Sight, critical hit damage, optimal range and headshot damage. Loud Vent Break, critical hit damage, headshot damage, critical hit chance, and obviously the increased threat in PvE. And then a Small Grip, critical hit damage, stability and reload speed. They're the weapon mods that I run on that. My lightweight M4 comes to 24% enemy armor damage, 19.8k base damage, and I have Responsive and Deadly on it. So Deadly, not as important on an assault rifle, but I still run it because I do have quite a bit critical hit chance on it still. And Responsive again for the same reason as before, it's my playstyle. I don't actually use this gun much. I'm always using my house, but as you know, an assault rifle is better at distance. So if I do find myself fine at distance, I will quickly switch out to this. Or if I run out of ammo, it's a good backup. My free talent on this is competence, so every time I use a skill, I'm getting that increased damage for 15 seconds. And the weapon mods on my lightweight M4. So to make up for the lack of critical hit chance, I've got the high velocity magazine with a 7.5% critical hit chance. Still gives me a little bit of a magazine size with some rate of fire. My rugged mini reflex sight gives me the 7.5 critical hit chance, 4% critical hit damage, and then the optimal range. I have a loud vent break, critical hit damage, headshot damage, critical hit chance, and a small grip, critical hit damage, optimal range, and stability. So they're the two guns that I run it with, and yeah, I highly recommend running the build with the same. At your secondary, it's preference really. You might want a sniper, I don't know, or you might want to run two houses, whatever your fancy is. But that's how I run it, and I'm having a lot of fun. Pistol, this is something I do highly recommend doing. Blueprint vendor, I got a blueprint for lower gear score pistol, so it's 202. And what that enables me to do is get predatory and cold headed on it, both active talents. And the reason for this is because if I'm fighting in a dark zone or last stand and I drop somebody, I can quickly switch to my pistol and get the melee kill with my pistol, which will then prop predatory. So I get that health over 20 seconds regenerating. And if I was to use my signature skill and I wanted it back, I could go around shooting NPCs in the head to get my signature back very quickly, as the headshot reduces all skill cooldowns by 5%. And I think that's a very good tactic to use, and I advise you to implement it, because if you're like me, I never used my pistol for anything beforehand, and when I have my pistol set up like this, I do use it. I'm not even going to go through the damage or anything on it, because that doesn't matter. You're not going to be going around trying to kill people with it. And also it has one mod on it, which is allow vent break. It doesn't matter, because I'm not going to be killing people with it. But yeah, for the reasons stated, I do highly recommend doing the same with your pistol on PvP builds for sure. So they're the weapons that I use. And then we go into the gear pieces. So it's the 6-piece Classified Nomad. And on my vest, you'll see that I have it rolled to stamina. I've got health rolled onto it, exotic damage resilience rolled onto it, and ammo capacity. Now, exotic damage resilience, I have it rolled. This is the only piece I have it rolled on. That's for your flame torches, grenades, predator builds that are going against you. That's going to help towards that slightly and give you that extra tankiness feeling. And obviously health, for obvious reasons, you want as much health as you can get in 1.8, so I roll health on it. And ammo capacity is a must roll for any PvP build. You don't want to be running out of ammo, so that extra ammo capacity is vital, hence why I have that rolled on it as well. The mods that I run on it, I have a firearms mod 263 with health, and another firearms mod 263 with health. Going on to my mask, I've got it rolled to firearms, and then I have critical hit chance rolled onto it and burn resistance rolled onto it. And then the mods I have on that are the 263 firearms with health. And then onto the knee pads, we've got it, well, I've got it rolled to stamina. I've got health rolled onto it, bleed, shock, and disrupt resistance. So I think bleed's important on the knee pads. The knee pads are what gives you the most stats on these, like 33%. You know, people are talking about how do you counter predator. Well, bleed resistance is pretty decent way of starting. So I definitely get that on there. Shock resistance, a lot of people are using shock turrets, so that helps get out the shock quicker. And people are also using EMPs, so disrupt resistance. I think this for me is god rolls. You might think differently, but yeah, for me, they're the three you want with health and, you know, stamina. What I do on my 6 pieces, I have 4 rolled to firearms, 2 to stamina. Doesn't matter which are which, but yeah, this one's on stamina. The mods that I run on this are firearms mod 263 with health, and then the performance mod is support station range. All of my performance mods are support station range. The reason for this is I've got no skill power, I'm not really using skills, but I do run an immunizer box. for obvious reasons, really. If I'm fighting a predator and I want to get the bleed off, or there's a shock or flame turret down and I don't want to have the effect on me, or just for that little bit of health, like dropping it and destroying it right away. And for that reason, I use a support station range because I'm always in a team. The more range I have on it, the more my team I'm going to get in that box and destroy it to give us all a little bit of a health boost, and that's why I use that. Moving on to the backpack. So my backpack is on firearms. I've got health rolled onto it and ammo capacity rolled onto it. And the mods that I use on my backpack are firearms with health, and then 2 support station range, 7.5%. And then my gloves, obviously no mods on my gloves, but they are rolled on firearms. I have critical hit damage rolled, critical hit chance rolled, and SMG damage. The house is an SMG. I want as much damage into my house as possible, so that is a must. And then finally my holster, all maxed out there, firearm stamina and electronics, and I rolled critical hit chance on it. And then the performance mod that I have on it is support station range. So that gives me 30% support station range in total, which is quite an increase. And like I said, if you're running around in a team, I think it's a great tactic. If 1 or 2 of you run a support station just for that reason, just to give that extra bit of health from you. And if we just quickly look at the important character stats, so critical hit chance, 14%. That's on my pistol. We don't use my pistol. Let's reset that to my house. There we go. So on my house, the critical hit chance that I get on that is 43%. So pretty much every other bullet's going to be a critical hit, and that's going to be dealing 116% more damage. I have 62% headshot damage. I haven't really focused on headshot damage, but I do aim for the head when I can. It gives me that extra buff again. No damage to elites. It's not PV. I'm using this in PvP, so I'm not too much bothered about that. And the 25% that this 6-piece Nomad gives me for health on kill, which is very important. A lot of people will roll more into health on kill. That might be a preference, especially if you use more firearms, because you're going to be losing stamina. You might want to increase the health on kill a little bit more. But for how I've got my build, health on kill at 25% is perfect. I have no skill power or skill aced, as I've already mentioned. And yeah, they're the important stats, really. My bleed resistance is at 33%, my exotic damage resilience is at 11%, my burn resistance 17%, 33% disrupt, and 33% shock resistance. All those stats are important if you're using it in PvP. And that is that. Final thing to check are the abilities. I run it with a shock turret and an immunizer box, as I previously stated. So shock turret for obvious reasons. If I'm in a fight, I'm going to drop a shock turret and it's going to shock them and I'm going to kill them easily. So that's why I run it with that. I'll sometimes alternate that for a pulse or a booster shot, because obviously a booster shot's going to increase all my stats a little bit, depending on the type of team I'm against or team I'm playing with as well. It depends a lot. The majority of the time I'm running it with a shock turret. I sometimes switch out to pulse or booster shot. Immunizer box always stays on. That it's saved me so many times when I'm low on health and I've got no Nomad life. I've run out of med kits. You know, just dropping that and popping it is so important. I run it with a green. Once again, this changes all the time. Depends on the tactics we're deploying. I'll normally run it with a green, but I might switch to a yellow or a blue. Yeah, but those 3 are what I use the majority of the time. And then going into my talents, combat medic is a must. So using a med kit and allies to heal a group member and proxies. Like if you're playing in a team, this is just a must. You're noticing your friend struggling, he's getting low on health, pop a med kit if he's got none, give him some health. It's so important. I have critical save on it, so when I'm low on health in my last segment and I use a med kit, I'm getting 20% damage resistance for 10 seconds. If you imagine using that just as your Nomad's about to pop, you would get you get 60% off the Nomad life being used plus that 20. That's a potential 80% damage resistance for around 10 seconds. It's going to get you out of any sticky situation pretty much. I use adrenaline. This is a bit controversial, really. I don't know. People say it doesn't work, but I'll use that for the bleed. So medkit now gives you 7 seconds of immunity from status effects. So if I do get hit with a predator, I hit a medkit straight away if I'm bleeding. It's the first thing I do, and I don't die. So along with that bleed resistance, along with my immunizer box and having adrenaline on, I find it quite easy to manage predators. I very rarely, I won't say very rarely struggle against them. It's a good build, but I hold my own. I can fight a team with a predator in with how I'm set up. And then the final talent I use is fear tactics. So applying shock to any target triggers 30% chance per each target in 10-meter radius. That's just because I'm using a shock to it. So I want to shock as many people as I can. If there's a group of enemies all close together, there's a chance, well, 30% chance that the shock that I get on one of those players is gonna extend to another. So that's why I have that. If I wasn't gonna run a shock to it, the other talent I would use here would probably be strike back. So reach low health to reduce active skill cooldowns by 20%. I think that's good. So when you're in, like I say, that immunizer box has got me out of the shit so many times. So if that's nearly back and I reach low health, that's gonna come back, which means I can drop it and pop it to give myself some health, which might just be enough to run away, run around the corner, whatnot, or just finish an enemy off. But at the minute I have it on fear tactics because I've got that shock to it. And that is the build, guys. That is everything. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you roll it, how you would do it. Let me know if it helps. This is to my playstyle. It might not be to yours. If you do watch me on YouTube and you like what I do, if you think we play similar, then this is the build for you. I don't think you can get it any better. Some people would say more firearms, but I do think toughness is very important in 1.8, and 500,000 toughness is quite tanky. I like it where it's at, and I certainly won't be changing this for anything unless the devs decide to nerf it or change the game, in which forcing me to change it. It is an absolutely fantastic build. You're going to love it if you don't have it already. And that's it. The next build video that I'm going to get up, I've got a couple of builds ready. I've got Sentry ready, I got Banshee ready, and I got Predators ready. I've got none of them optimized though, so I'm going to play around with them a little bit more because I don't think I'm 100% happy with like where Predators is at. But yeah, as soon as I'm ready, I'll get those builds up for you. If you want to see footage of me in action, in the description, I've got a link to, at the time of recording this, it's my best last stand scoring video, 30-odd thousand I got, and it was with this build. That's a good watch. I'll link that in the description. I'm also going to do a video montage of some decent moments with this build, which you can watch as well, and both will be linked into the description. On screen now are other ways you can follow me and support me. I'm on Twitch, Facebook, and Twitter. So if you do like my videos or this has helped in any way, you like what I do, please check me out on them as well. Hit like on this video and subscribe to me, please. Thank you very much. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I love doing this in a minute. I love this game. I'm going to be doing it for a long time. So yeah, please give us your support if you can. Thank you. But for now, until next time, guys, thanks for watching and peace out.